at 5 o'clock, I mean 7 o'clock in the morning, Friday. He told Frank that. He was giving Frank tips and stuff like that. But I knew for sure that wasn't going to be enough to beat me. It's cool. It's all right. You know? I don't really think too much of it. He's not going to hurt me. You know what I mean? So it's good to be with him than be cool with him because he can do some crazy stuff. He'll put you in bad situations.
Tank Davis.
Gervonta Davis is furious after finding out that Floyd Mayweather reportedly visited Lamont Roach's training camp ahead of their upcoming rematch. Davis sees this as a deep betrayal from someone he once looked up to as a mentor. He didn't hold back, saying it's actually better to have problems with Mayweather than to be close to him. According to Davis, being too connected to Floyd only leads to trouble. He even hinted that Mayweather has done things to him behind closed doors that the public doesn't know about. While he chose not to give specific details, it was clear his experience with Mayweather left a negative mark on both his personal and professional life. Davis has spoken before about his frustration with how Floyd operates behind the scenes, revealing that their relationship was much more strained than people realized. Though he acknowledged Mayweather's legacy in boxing, Tank made it clear that focusing on himself is the best move now. He wants distance mentally and emotionally from Floyd. With the Roach rematch coming up, Davis is committed to moving forward and not letting Mayweather's shadow affect his mindset or his mission.
He the one told Frank that I was running.
Gervonta Davis was asked about Floyd Mayweather. He made it clear he's focused on his own journey now. Davis explained that Floyd has always been who he is, and that he's already done everything there is to do in boxing. If he were in Floyd's shoes with the same success, Davis said he might act the same way. There's no bitterness in his voice, just understanding. Davis doesn't expect Floyd to be involved in his career anymore and seems fine with that. While some people might view Floyd's distance as a lack of support, Tank sees it differently. He respects that Mayweather has moved on and is now enjoying the fruits of his career. Instead of clinging to past alliances, Davis is focused on writing his own legacy. He knows that to stay on top, it's going to take discipline, focus, and consistent performance. With his rematch against Roach around the corner, Tank isn't chasing support or validation. He's set on proving himself and showing that he still belongs at the highest level in the sport. He's looking forward, not back.
Floyd, I was throwing him. He always been like that. You know what I mean? So I gotta focus on what I'm focused on. He already did what he had to do, bro.
For sure.
I ain't gonna lie. Me, if I did what I like what he did in the sport, I ain't gonna lie, I'd be the same way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't follow him, but like stand to himself and things like that. You know what I mean? But it's also a part of me type thing, like you come back and help too. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's much love to the whole Mayweather promotion. You know what I mean? Ain't no bad blood type of shit. And a lot of people think like when I be tweeting on Instagram, I be mad. I just be talking.
Floyd Mayweather has allegedly been giving tips to Lamont Roach.
News that Floyd Mayweather may have given training advice to Lamont Roach has stirred up serious tension. Mayweather, known for his technical mastery, has always talked about helping young fighters correct basic mistakes, especially with jabs and fundamentals. His goal, he claims, is to develop the next generation of boxing stars. But by working with Roach, Mayweather has left Gervonta Davis feeling betrayed. Floyd was in Davis's corner for years, guiding him to big wins and helping him build his name. So seeing him now help Roach, Tank's current opponent, feels like a slap in the face. It's not just about strategy, it's about loyalty. Davis believes Floyd has crossed a line. This situation is similar to what happened with Frank Martin, another fighter Floyd once backed, only to eventually step away from. The pattern shows that Mayweather often follows his own interests rather than staying loyal to any one fighter. For Davis, the challenge now is to put the betrayal aside and focus on winning. He knows that building his legacy means proving himself in the ring, regardless of who's standing behind his opponent.
Let's do it. Come on. See, a lot of fighters think it's just this. So I don't want to make it a habit of showing fighters. It's not even a habit. I don't want fighters doing the wrong thing. But we're gonna get back to the basics of boxing. Let's go. Long shot. See the long shot?
Boxing icon Roy Jones Jr. has spoken highly of Lamont Roach, praising his skills, strength, and potential. Jones pointed out that Roach is no fluke. He's the real deal. His ability to think on his feet and adjust mid-fight is one of his biggest assets. Many people underestimated Roach before his first bout with Gervonta Davis, but his performance showed that he truly belongs among boxing's elite. Jones emphasized Roach's ability to handle tough situations and come back stronger each time. His defense, counterpunching, and footwork make him a dangerous opponent for anyone. He's not just hard and hustle, he's got real technique. Roach might not have Davis's knockout rep, but his precision and timing have proven he can hurt opponents when it counts. That becomes even more important in longer fights, where endurance matters just as much as raw power. Outside the ring, Jones also praised Roach's commitment and discipline. His dedication to training and constant improvement is what allows him to keep competing at such a high level. According to Jones, Roach is just getting started, and he's ready for anyone, including Davis again.
Presumably, Tank is supposed to, win this fight. This is a fight that there's not a lot of doubt about him coming out victorious in. So the talk shifts, and we got to know, Roy, from your perspective, Tank Shakur, when you think about that fight being a potential fight this year, how do you see it going?
I ain't gonna really think about that yet because I'm waiting after he finishes his fight with Roach. Roach is not just your average everyday opponent. Roach is a person who knows Tank, who's been around Tank his whole life. This is a different fight. You can't put Roach to the side like that. I'm sorry. Now, I'm not saying that he's gonna win the fight. I don't know that, but Roach cannot be this underrated like that. You understand? You gotta understand that Roach came from basically the same ecosystem as Tank came from. Roach is a very formidable opponent. So I'm not gonna talk about none of that till we get found Roach, because what I'm telling you about the other stuff don't really mean that right now.
Okay, let me ask you this, because this did happen.
I'm feeling good always. How you doing?
I'm always good. You're a special fighter. Tank's a special fighter. What do you like about him? What makes him different?
I like that when Tank come to fight, Tank come to knock you out. Tank don't come to just beat you by decision. He come to take you out. He come to try to get the job done best way he can. And he loves to come there and entertain the fans. He's not there to play around. He's trying to smoke you. And that's what life's supposed to be about.
Okay, if you played in the NBA, what would be the team you would choose to play with?
Right now, I'll play Milwaukee.
Why?
I like Dame and I like Giannis.
Roy, did you see what happened between T.O. and Bud?
No. Yeah, I did see, yeah.
What are your thoughts on it? Because the whole thing that came out of that, right, was that T.O. said, hey, he apologized and he was leveraging racism as promotion.
Right, he don't want no part of Bud, what that means.
Yeah.
Roy, gotta go.
Speaking of Bud, what are your thoughts on
Lamont Roach has made it clear he's not just trying to win. He wants to knock Gervonta Davis out. For Roach, boxing is about more than just points on a scorecard. It's about sending a message. He's poured everything into training for this moment. If he manages to get the knockout, it would mark the biggest win of his career and prove that all his hard work has paid off. This rematch isn't just another fight for Roach. It's his chance to show the world that he belongs at the very top.
My initial plan is to win, but every time I fight, I'm trying to knock somebody out. So, so if that happens in the midst of it, that'd be a blessing. That'd be definitely something that I work for, because I work my ass off. But if he on his way out, well, why not kick it?
Roach thrives on proving doubters wrong. Every time someone questions his abilities, it drives him to go even harder. After his first fight with Davis, there were still critics who said he didn't do enough to secure a clear win. Even though he performed well, some weren't convinced. Now, in this rematch, Roach sees a perfect chance to shut them up for good. He's determined to show that he's not just a good fighter, he's a great one. The criticism has only made him more focused, and he's entering the ring ready to prove that he's a serious force in boxing.
It does, in a sense, but yeah, it do for sure. I ain't gonna lie, I like to prove people wrong, and I damn sure like to prove myself right. So yeah, it definitely gives me an incentive. And like I said before, I've been here before. Heck, the fight they had me duck. Right now, they really got me. They really got me. So, you know, it's an agenda. I got it on the agenda to upset a lot of people.
Gervonta Davis looked more vulnerable than ever in his first fight with Lamont Roach. And Roach deserves a credit. His toughness, smart game plan, and ability to handle pressure turned the match into a tight contest. Roach stood toe-to-toe with Tank, something few have done effectively. His confidence and control clearly shook Davis. While one great performance doesn't make a legend, Roach made a statement that night. Critics argue that Roach still has more to prove, that one strong night isn't enough to earn elite status. Meanwhile, Davis's supporters believe it was just an off night for him. They point to his history of dominant wins and believe that a sharper, more focused Tank will come back strong in the rematch. For Roach, this second fight is a shot to show the world that he's not a one-hit wonder.
Fighter. And it sounds harsh, but what is he great at? He had a great night, doesn't make him a great fighter. Buster Douglas had a great night, never was a great fighter. I love you, George. I love George Kambosos. Really great night from you when you beat Teofimo Lopez. You were never a great fighter. And never has he shown us he was a great fighter. He was on nobody's radar. 25 plus fights. And then he has one great night, one great fight. And a lot of guys want to say, oh, he's a great fighter. What about Roach versus Lomo? Roach versus Shakur? Roach versus Keyshawn? Haney? Tia? No. No. I'm not allowing you guys to do that. He had a great night. You got to show me that again and again. If you can show me that 2 more times, that this wasn't just a great night, I'm a great fighter now, then I'll give it to you. But one great night. You cannot be an alcoholic for 25 years, go one day without drinking, and expect me to call you sober. You can't.
Rolando Romero has stood up for Davis, saying one bad night doesn't change who he is. According to Romero, Tank is still one of the most dangerous fighters out there and remains a major name in the sport. Every top fighter, even the greats, has had nights where things didn't go their way. Romero reminded fans that legends like Mayweather also had tough battles. He believes Davis's body of work speaks for itself. Tank now has a chance to bounce back in the rematch. And if he does, he'll remind everyone why he's one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in boxing.
I'm hoping that he do what I need him to do. You know what I'm saying? You see how I asked him, are you ready? You know what I'm saying? Because I need somebody that's going to really push things so I can see different levels of it. This time I had a chance to step back, and everybody keeps saying, oh, they changing up stuff. No, we ain't changing up anything. It's the same thing we always do, you know?
Going into the, the training camp, how was it? Or you said you stepped back a little bit. Well, how was it, splitting the time? How's it going to be splitting the time to
No, this is
Saturday
something
night?
that we do all the time. You know what I'm saying? Right now, y'all know all I got to do is speak. Then take out history. Since I was a kid. When I stepped in the gym, B said, yo, I'm glad you here now. He watched him. He said, boom. And I see the light we take. I just can't wait to see all of that come together. Fight night.
How's going back to being in the corner? How do you see Gervonta right now, just being in camp? Because at first, when we talked to him in the press conference, he was very open about retiring and he was done. And now he said that...
Y'all have to understand. He's a young man. He have a family. He want to do something. Enjoy something. Don't take some time. I took a little bit of time off. You know what I'm saying? It refreshes you. Get you back on that, so tonight, he had a chance for me not being around him a lot. You know what I'm saying? And I stepped in and I seen how he missed me and how I missed him. You know what I'm saying?
It's not just Floyd Mayweather who stepped away from Gervonta Davis. Longtime trainer Calvin Ford has also been absent lately. Ford was a huge part of Tank's development, always pushing him to get better and stay focused. But Ford has said his time in Davis's corner has run its course, and that Tank has learned what he needs to move forward. Though he still supports Davis, Ford believes it's time for Tank to stand on his own. Now, without the two men who helped shape his career, Davis faces a new chapter.
To the head. Stop head hunt. That's how you get the head.
I need this 10th, 11th, and 12th on the unofficial. He's down.
Okay. This ain't unofficial.
On the unofficial. I gotta be honest with you. That's what you want. You want from me. Hey, that's what you want from me. You don't want nobody lying to you. I'm 100 with you.
He said it was unofficial, not the real card here. Keep picking your shots. You took that round off here.
That's my job. I'm 100 with you.
Well, that was fascinating.
Both Calvin Ford.
For years, Floyd Mayweather and Calvin Ford were Gervonta Davis's go-to team, guiding him, mentoring him, and helping him rise to the top. Their presence in his camp was a big reason for his success. But that's no longer the case. Tank is now on his own. Some fans believe this change already affected him in the Roach fight. Without their experience and advice, Davis has to take full control of his path. There's growing concern about whether he can continue dominating without the people who helped him get there. Now it's on him to prove he's more than just a product of his former mentors.
Should a Tank Davis-Devin Haney fight be next?
Yeah, it should be. We already called it out. We actually flipped a coin between Devin Haney and Shakur. We don't really care. Everybody was getting on Tank about he never asked for the big fights. If you look at Tank sit there and say the time is now. You know what I'm saying? Them guys is the only guys that are they really willing to take that fight? Are they gonna outprice themselves? Or they gonna take the fight? I'm old school. If I really think I'm gonna beat somebody, take the money and run with it. Let's fight. If you notice when we fought for Floyd now, we took every fight they threw at us. You know what I'm saying? We did what they asked. That's what the company, that's what you do. I train my guys and I tell my guys, you train, you fight, you get paid. We take care of the rest of everything else. You know what I'm saying? Look where it put us at, you know? We at the top of our game right now. So right now, we just trying to see what's next, to see who's gonna sign the contract to make them moves.
That's it for today's video.
That's it for today's video. Don't forget to stay tuned for more updates.